We all woke up to the videos from what had happened last night, with a lot of houses set on fire, a lot of cars set on fire, a bendy bus set on fire. I don't know what the bendy bus did, but the bendy bus was set on fire. We actually saw part of that at the end of the stream yesterday on Sky News. All auditors were banned. I heard this. All auditors were banned. They were going around telling auditors to put the camera away or snatching the camera off them if they had it. So it was a very intense situation. It was a very intense situation. Tempers were high. Tensions were high. There are more protests planned tonight. I think there's one in Dublin. There's another one in Belfast. And what we've seen, the responses so far, we've had people like Keir Starmer come out saying that he's calling for peace. He's calling for calm. That anyone that broke the law will deal with the full force of the law. They will deal with the full force of justice that comes their way. Now, I find this funny. They're always willing to give people the full force of the law whenever it's somebody standing up for native rights, whenever it's somebody standing up against an immigrant attack, whenever it's somebody standing up for the British people. You know who they're not willing to give the full force of the law to? You know, the Pakistani rape gangs that they covered up using the law, or the migrant deaths. The deaths at the hands of migrants, which they hide the identity of. They hide the identity of these migrant killers. They hide the identity of these savages. They hide 66% of all of the ethnicities in crime reporting in a lot of these cases, especially when it comes to sexual assault cases up here in the north. They found this in Rotherham, that they hid 60% of all of the ethnicities from the people involved in the rape gangs. We all knew it was Pakistanis, but they hid that. Why are they hiding that? Oh, they're scared about public backlash. They're scared about what we're going to say back to them. And this is how it is. This is how we continuously see it, is they will hide it whenever it's a brown person that has committed the attack, whenever the perpetrator is foreign, whenever the victim is white, they will always hide who has committed the crime against them. But the second it's white people standing up for the other white people that have been a victim to the brown people, that have been a victim to the non-white people, to the black people, whenever it's that situation, the government's response is to blame the white people. Keir Starmer comes out today, he blames the far right for what happened in Belfast last night. He says they're spreading hatred and division. Now, I don't know what's spreading hatred and division. Is it the far right standing up for the native Englishman? Or is it the Sudanese animal trying to behead an innocent man on the streets of North Belfast? I don't know what's spreading hatred and division. Is it the far right standing up for the young little girls that have been raped up and down this country in an organised crime fashion, which has been covered up by the government, by the courts, by the police, by the communities, by the councils? Or is it the brown men raping little white British girls and saying that they deserve it because they're white, torturing them, giving them PTSD? Is it the far right that are standing up for the little girls? Or is it the African savage known as Axel Rudabakana butchering 3 little girls at a Taylor Swift dance concert? Is it the far right, or is it the killers of Lee Rigby beheading him on the streets of London? Is it the far right, or is it the African man on the Huntington train stabbing 11 people? Is it the far right, or is it the Afghanistani migrant stabbing and killing Wayne Broadhurst in broad daylight? Is it the far right, or the fact that even now the terror watchdog has come out and said that immigration is a public safety concern now? Is that the far right, or is the division and the hatred coming from the foreigners, the invaders, the savages, the animals that are in this country, that are killing us, that are raping us, that are butchering us, that are pillaging our towns, that are replacing us, that are enclaving themselves? You tell me, Starmer, you tell me, what is the hatred and division coming from? Is it the people that have had enough of watching their fellow Englishmen, their fellow Irishmen, their fellow Scotsmen, their fellow Welshmen suffering at the hands of these people, Can we even call them people? Probably not. They don't deserve to be called people. Suffering at the hands of these savages. Is it the far right doing that? Or is it the foreigners? Is it the invaders? Is it you, by upholding these systems that allow these people in here? Is it you that has openly admitted that we're becoming an island of strangers, but then still submitting, taking the knee to these big foreign gangs? You tell me where the hatred and the division is coming from. You tell me why you're surprised that we are divided, why we're surprised that when we watch time and time again, day in, day out, week in, week out, white man killed for being white by a foreigner who hates white people. And then you wonder why we don't want to be around these people. I quite respect my safety, so I usually don't hang out around Africans, all right? That's the truth of it. Is that my fault? Is that my fault because I watch people like Ayana be stabbed, because I watch a man be almost beheaded on the streets of Belfast? Is that my fault? Or is it the fault of these savages that have this behavior that put us in danger? Is that my fault for having pattern recognition, or their fault for continuing this behavior, this reoccurrence of their behavior? Whose fault is that? Is that my fault or theirs? You tell me. Oh, it's my fault because I don't actually want to be around these people, because I actually quite respect my life. I like being alive. I like not being beaten up, like that poor white schoolboy near Swindon that a few months ago was beaten up by a gang of black students for the simple reason he was in the wrong place at the wrong time and he happened to be white. So what about that? Is that my fault? Is that my fault I don't want to be around these people? Or is it your fault for allowing these people in, giving them a passport, telling them, giving them the arrogance to think they're the same as us? And then their reaction to that is pure hatred, pure revenge from colonialization, pure hatred because of the Zionist expansion, the Jewish expansion of Israel in the Middle East. A lot of these Muslims, these Middle Easterns that come over hate us because they see us as complicit within that. So you tell me which one it is. You tell me who's creating the hatred and the division. Is it the white man trying to go about his life, or the foreign forces that have been thrown onto him and are responding with violence, or responding with hatred, are openly bragging that they will replace us, are enclaving themselves away from us and spray painting on the walls of Allen Rock, no whites after 7, 8 p.m. You tell me who's the one at fault here.